Okay, there are going to be some times when you have to change the problem around a little bit. So we've already talked about changing the problems around. We're going to do what's called condensing and expanding. When you think of condense, what do you think of? Making it smaller, right? And you think of expanding, you are making it bigger. All right, so your directions will always tell you whether to condense or expand. All right? If you condense, that means you're getting it down to just one logarithm. If you're expanding it, you're going to have multiple logs in your answer. So we're looking at, this is going to be lesson 5.4. I always use the highlighter. 5.4, this is properties of logarithms, or just properties of logs, if you'd like to. Properties of logs. So the first property is called the product property. And product means what in math?
Multiplication.
Multiplication, right? So when you have a product property, so you can see here over here on the right, it says log base b of m times n. A multiplication problem is going to turn into an addition problem. So this would be, we can kind of think of it as distributing, if you want to. But I'm then going to distribute this log base b of m plus log base b of n. So notice they both have base b, because that's what the original had, right? And then I just put a log with the m and a log with the n, and I change it to an addition problem. That would be called expanding it. Okay? So if we look at, we're not going to do number 4. If we look at number 5, so we're going to skip number 4. If we look at number 5, scratch that. Let's do this. Oh, man.
We're scratching 5 here?
No. On number 4, do log base 10 of 6 times 4. Put a 4 out here. Times 4 here. Okay, we're going to change the problem. What's the base here for both of these? What's my base here? If I don't see it, what number do I know is right there? 10. But do I have to write it? I don't have to. Okay? So if I'm expanding this, I'm going to say log of 6 plus log of 4. And if I had a base there, I would put the base on there, but I don't. I mean, I do, it's a 10, but I don't have to write it otherwise. On number 5, yep, that's all you do. You're just expanding it. On number 5, let's put 45 times x. Okay, so if it was 45 times x. So if we're expanding this, they're both getting a what?
7.
Not just 7, they get a log 7, right? So they both get log 7 of 45 plus log 7 of x. And that would be all. What about in number 6? I really have two things, right? I have 5 times x in that problem, right? Even though it looks like one number, I really have 5 times x. So why don't you try number 6? See if you can come up with the answer for number 6. Cedric, you want to give it a try? Go ahead. Great. Thank you for your volunteering. What would you say number 6 would be? Okay. What's wrong with that? Exactly. Nothing wrong with that, right? Okay, so 1 through 3 then is going to be going the opposite direction. So we're condensing it. Okay, so we're going to make it smaller. So what do they both have in common on number 1? What do they have in common? Log 2, right? So we're going to pull the log 2 out to the front. And remember, addition and multiplication go together. So if this is an addition problem, we're going to change it into a what? Excellent. Into a multiplication problem. So then I'm going to use parentheses. 7 times 4, just like this.
So you're putting it back into
Yep, you're changing it and you're making it smaller. Yep.
But you don't have to.
No, you don't multiply it out to be 28. No, because if you wanted to go backwards, you wouldn't, right? You wouldn't be able to if it was just one
Are
number.
you doing 7?
Although, as per
No,
usual,
no,
I get the
no.
feeling that we're going to go from the kitty slide to the spike pit.
Okay, let's try number 2. What do they both have in common?
Log 10.
Log 10 or just log, right? So we're going to pull that out front. And then I have 25 times what?
4.
4. Excellent. Ryan?
If you put 10 after the log, you wouldn't count it wrong. Would you?
I would not count that wrong. If you want to put the 10 there, that's totally fine, yeah. Okay, try number 3 and see what you can do on number 3. Okay, do you want to try number 3 for me? What do they have in common? Okay, so you're going to put log 4 on the outside, right? What goes in the parentheses?
2x.
Perfect. Good. So you're just changing the form. Okay? Any questions on that?
What's the answer?
Log base 4 of 2x times 4x squared. Okay. All right, let's do the quotient property now. What does quotient mean in math?
Division.
Division. Okay? So the division property, if multiplication turns to addition, what do you think division turns to?
Subtraction.
Good, subtraction. So it's going to be the same concept. My log base b, m over n, is going to change to log base b, whatever the numerator is goes first, of m minus log base b of n. All right, so if we look at, let's look at number 7. Okay, so what do they have in common?
Log 3.
Log 3, so that's going to go first. And then I change subtraction into a division problem. What's going to be my numerator here?
24.
Right, whatever comes first goes on top. 24 divided by 8. Close your parenthesis. Okay, try number 8. Alyssa, what'd you get on number 8? Okay, walk me through the problem. Log base what? 2. What's inside? 15 over 15. And then you said, wouldn't it just be 1? For right now, I want you to just leave it. Okay, you don't need to reduce it because how would you be able to go back to the other one, right? So we'll just leave it as 15 over 15. Okay?
What do you mean by go back to the other one?
Like if I said, I want you to expand this, and I wanted you to go back up here, if you just have log base 2 of 1, how will you know that 15 came from here?
You wouldn't.
Right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try number 9. Log base 4. What's going to go on the top, Donald?
X to 9.
Over.
X to 2.
Okay. Good. What about number 10? 4 is always over, or whole number is always over what?
1.
All right. So if I want to expand this, they're both getting a log 8, right? So Leanna, go ahead.
Log 8.
of 4. So we say log base 8 of 4. Okay,
Minus log base 8 of 1.
good. Hop over and try number 12. Hop over and try number 12. Ben, what do you think number 12 might be? Perfect. You don't have to write the 10 in there, but you can if you want to. It means the same thing. 12. Okay? All right, we're going to stop here for right now, and we will pick this up in just a minute.